It's a scene that plays out in countless homes every day. You're trying to finish dinner, answer work emails, or just catch your breath for a few minutes. Your child starts getting restless, and before you even think twice, you hand them your phone or tablet. Instantly, the whining stops. Peace fills the room. It feels like magic. And in that moment, it's easy to believe you've found the perfect solution. No arguing, no mess, no constant interruptions, just a quiet child and a few moments to yourself. In the chaos of modern parenting, screens can seem like a lifesaver. But here's the hidden truth. While you're enjoying that brief moment of calm, something deeper is happening. The screen isn't just keeping your child occupied, it's shaping how their brain develops, how they interact with the world, and even how they relate to you. When screens become the go-to babysitter, children start missing out on the kind of unstructured play and face-to-face interaction that builds creativity, emotional resilience, and social skills. Over time, their brains can become wired to expect constant stimulation, making it harder for them to enjoy quiet moments or focus on tasks that require patience. It's not about blaming parents. Most of us are doing our best with the resources we have. It's about recognizing that what feels like a harmless shortcut can slowly create long-term challenges for our children. Because while the screen might solve today's problem, it could be quietly creating tomorrow's. The human brain is most adaptable in childhood, especially in the early years. During this time, every experience, what a child sees, hears, touches, and feels, shapes the neural connections that will influence how they think, learn, and behave for the rest of their lives. When children spend a significant portion of their day in front of a screen, their brains are exposed to rapid, high-intensity stimuli, flashing colors, fast scene changes, and constant rewards like likes, points, or new levels in a game. While this can be exciting, it's very different from the pace of the real world. Over time, children may start to expect the same level of stimulation from everyday life. This can lead to shorter attention spans, difficulty focusing in school, and frustration with activities that require patience, like reading a book, playing a board game, or simply engaging in a quiet conversation. Excessive screen time also reduces opportunities for other essential developmental experiences. For example, face-to-face communication. Interacting with parents, siblings, and friends helps children develop empathy, emotional regulation, and problem-solving skills. Screens can't replicate the subtle cues of facial expressions, tone of voice, or body language. Unstructured play. Building a fort out of blankets, drawing, or playing make-believe helps children explore their creativity, test ideas, and learn from mistakes, skills that are crucial in adulthood. Physical activity. Movement strengthens not only muscles and bones, but also supports brain health. Sitting for long periods in front of a screen can contribute to physical problems like poor posture, eye strain, and even increased risk of obesity. A telling example comes from teachers who report that more and more students struggle with basic social interaction. Some children are so used to the instant feedback of a game or video that they find it difficult to wait their turn, follow instructions, or work through a problem without immediate gratification. This doesn't mean screens are inherently bad. They can be educational, entertaining, and even a way to bond as a family when used intentionally. The danger lies in frequency and substitution. When screens replace real-world experiences, they begin to limit a child's ability to navigate life outside the digital world. Many parents believe that as long as their child is at home and safe, screen time is harmless. But the effects of excessive technology use are often subtle at first, making it easy to overlook the early signs. Identifying these red flags early can help prevent deeper emotional, behavioral, and physical issues. 1. Changes in mood and behavior. One of the first indicators is irritability when devices are taken away. A child who becomes unusually angry, anxious, or withdrawn without their phone, tablet, or game console may be developing a dependency on the stimulation it provides. Parents might also notice mood swings, moments of excitement during screen use followed by boredom or frustration during offline time. 2. Declining academic performance. When children prioritize screens over homework, reading, or studying, their grades may begin to drop. Teachers might report that the child struggles to pay attention, rushes through assignments, or has difficulty following multi-step instructions. 3. Reduced interest in offline activities. A healthy child enjoys a variety of activities, sports, hobbies, playing with friends. If these are gradually replaced by screen use, it's a sign of imbalance. Sometimes, children even reject invitations to social events in favor of staying online. 4. Sleep disturbances. Screens, especially at night, can interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. Children who use devices before bed may have trouble falling asleep, wake up during the night, or feel unusually tired in the morning. 5. Physical complaints. Excessive device use can cause headaches, neck and back pain, dry eyes, and even repetitive strain injuries from constant typing or gaming. These symptoms often go unnoticed or are attributed to other causes. 6. Secretive or defensive behavior. If a child hides their screen activity, quickly changes apps when a parent enters the room, or lies about how much time they've been online, it's often because they're aware of crossing boundaries. Real-life example. A 12-year-old boy used to love riding his bike with friends but gradually stopped joining them. His parents noticed he became irritable whenever asked to put down his tablet. By the time they intervened, he was spending over 6 hours a day gaming and had lost interest in school projects. Recognizing these signs doesn't mean banning technology entirely. It means acknowledging that intervention is necessary and that habits need to shift toward healthier balance. When screens become the default babysitter, the first casualty is often family connection. The quiet you gain in the short term can slowly turn into distance you didn't mean to create. Erosion of everyday closeness. Shared moments, mealtime conversations, car rides, bedtime routines are prime spaces for bonding. If a child is absorbed in a device during those windows, eye contact, storytelling, and small jokes fade. Over time, kids talk less about their day, and parents get fewer chances to notice subtle changes in mood or behavior. Communication turns transactional. When most interactions revolve around "turn it off," "5 more minutes," or "did you finish your homework?" relationships start to feel like a series of negotiations and power struggles. Children may anticipate conflict and become defensive. Parents may brace for pushback. This cycle chips away at trust. Modeling cuts both ways. Kids mirror adult behavior. If they see caregivers constantly scrolling, they internalize that as normal. Even when parents set rules, mixed signals, no screens at dinner while a parent answers a message, confuse boundaries and trigger arguments about fairness. Sibling dynamics and isolation. If one child is quietly entertained by a device, siblings may either compete for screen access or drift into separate corners of the house. Less cooperative play means fewer opportunities to develop patience, empathy, and conflict resolution skills. Co-parenting friction. Different tolerance levels for screen time can create tension between caregivers. You're too strict versus you're too lenient. Inconsistent rules encourage kids to shop for the easiest answer, which undermines both parents' authority and increases conflict. Attachment and emotional safety. Young children especially need co-regulation, soothing in the presence of a calm adult. When a device consistently replaces a parent in moments of distress or boredom, kids mispractice naming feelings, tolerating discomfort, and returning to baseline with human support. This can echo later as lower frustration tolerance and a reliance on digital distraction to self-soothe. The long view. Families rarely choose disconnection. It creeps in through 1,000 tiny, convenient decisions. The good news is that reconnection also happens in small steps. A tech-free dinner, a 10-minute walk after school, a story at bedtime, a weekend breakfast with phones in a drawer. These rituals rebuild warmth and make it easier to set and keep healthy limits in the chapters ahead. Reducing a child's screen time without causing constant conflict is less about yanking devices away and more about offering something better in return. Children, like adults, are more willing to step away from technology when engaging alternatives are available, and when they feel included in setting the rules. 1. Create anchor routines. Daily habits like family meals, bedtime reading, or after-school walks create predictable breaks from screens. These moments become part of the household's rhythm, giving kids something to look forward to that isn't digital. 2. Offer meaningful activities, not just chores. If the only alternative to screens is folding laundry, kids will resist. Instead, suggest activities that align with their interests. Cooking a favorite recipe together, building a fort, learning a magic trick, or trying a new board game. The goal is to make offline time genuinely fun and rewarding. 3. Encourage physical movement. Sports, bike rides, playground visits, dance challenges. Any physical activity can provide the same dopamine hit as gaming, but in a healthier form. For kids who resist traditional sports, offer creative outlets like parkour, rollerblading, or trampoline parks. 4. Introduce screen swaps. Instead of banning devices outright, negotiate a trade. 30 minutes of outdoor play, reading, or drawing earns 30 minutes of screen time. This reinforces balance rather than all-or-nothing rules. 5. Model the behavior you want to see. If a parent constantly checks their phone, kids notice. Setting your own device aside during meals or conversations sends a powerful message. People come before screens. It's not about perfection, it's about showing effort. 6. Use screens as tools, not crutches. Technology can still be part of a healthy environment. Video calls with family, educational documentaries, or tutorials for learning a skill. The key is intentional use, where the content adds value rather than simply filling silence. 7. Foster peer connection offline. Help kids organize in-person playdates, join clubs, or participate in group projects. Social connection in the real world makes online interactions feel less essential. 8. Involve kids in setting limits. Instead of imposing rules unilaterally, ask, how much time do you think is fair for gaming or social media each day? Then negotiate. When children feel ownership of the boundaries, they're more likely to respect them. Final thought. Healthy screen habits are built on replacing, not just removing, digital time. The more a child associates offline moments with connection, laughter, and challenge, the less they'll see technology as the only way to feel engaged or entertained. This approach reduces resistance and strengthens family bonds at the same time. When families successfully create a healthier relationship with technology, the results often go far beyond fewer arguments about devices. The benefits can touch nearly every aspect of a child's development and the overall family dynamic. 1. Stronger emotional regulation. Children who aren't overstimulated by constant screen time tend to have more stable moods and fewer emotional outbursts. Without the frequent dopamine spikes from games or social media, they learn to handle boredom, frustration, and disappointment more calmly. 2. Improved focus and learning. Balanced tech use allows the brain to rest from constant digital input. This mental breathing room improves memory retention, creativity, and problem-solving skills, critical for school performance and lifelong learning. 3. Better sleep quality. Reduced screen exposure, especially before bed, helps restore natural sleep patterns. This not only improves mood but also boosts immune function, attention span, and physical growth. 4. Deeper family connections. When devices are no longer the default way to pass time, conversations, shared activities, and laughter naturally increase. These small, repeated moments of connection strengthen trust and emotional safety within the home. 5. Healthier peer relationships. Children who spend more time in offline interactions learn social cues, empathy, and conflict resolution in a way that online exchanges can't fully replicate. Friendships tend to become richer and more supportive. 6. Greater resilience to peer pressure. Kids who have strong offline hobbies, skills, and support systems are less dependent on digital approval, likes, comments, followers, for their self-worth. This makes them more confident in setting their own boundaries, even when friends have looser rules. 7. Lifelong tech management skills. When parents teach moderation rather than extreme restriction, children develop the ability to self-regulate. These skills will help them as teenagers, young adults, and eventually as parents themselves, avoiding cycles of overuse. 8. Positive impact on mental health. Balanced screen use reduces exposure to harmful content, online bullying, and unrealistic comparisons, which can lower the risk of anxiety and depression over time. Final takeaway. A family that invests in balanced tech habits is investing in far more than less screen time. It's shaping a healthier, more connected, and more confident next generation. The shift doesn't happen overnight, but the ripple effects can last a lifetime, benefiting both the child's personal growth and the family's emotional well-being.